How's it going, everybody? Nathaniel from RCInsight here, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video to finish off 2020, say goodbye to what has been an absolutely terrible year. And so in honor of 2020, the year of pandemics and sickness and lockdowns and quarantine and all that stuff, I wanted to do a video that was just kind of my top 10 things that I've done while in quarantine/lockdown, because Ontario is now back in lockdown as of Boxing Day, so a couple of days ago, until at least the middle of January. So with lockdown being a thing again, I wanted to go over the top 10 things that I've been doing to stay busy. Hopefully some of them are things that you can do to keep busy too. Maybe I give you some ideas on what you can do. And also comment down below what you have been doing to keep yourself busy, because I imagine there's lots of you who are watching who are in a similar position. So yeah, with that said, let's go into my list of, in honor of 2020, 10 things to do when I'm stuck at home. So number 10 on my list, I just have entertainment, movies, TV, that sort of thing. Netflix has still had consistent new content, even though, movie studios haven't been putting really anything out during the pandemic. Netflix has continued new TV shows. Disney Plus has The Mandalorian. WandaVision's coming out soon. Not to mention, there are a couple movies that came out, like Tenet this year. So there is a seemingly never-ending amount of content to stream and watch digitally, and it's only getting better and better as Disney had their recent Investor Day and all that stuff. I'm a movie and film buff, by the way, so that's why it's on my list. But there's just a never-ending amount of shows to watch, and so there's plenty to keep you busy, so much that I have not watched. I'm watching Schitt's Creek currently, and I've almost done that, which is really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that's number 10 on my list. Lots to watch. TV and movies, particularly TV, though. Definitely something that you can easily waste a lot of your time doing while you're stuck at home. Ninth on my list, I have gaming. That can be really anything. Pick up your PlayStation, your Xbox. There are so many games across the board, and again, much like movies and TV, new games continued to come out during 2020, as well as updates for existing games. So lots and lots to do on that front, especially if you're a gamer. There's, again, a wealth of content there, but that's a pretty brief one. I'm sure most of you are more well-versed in that than I am. And number 8, I have a DIY project. Currently I'm working on creating a big white board to film my Lego reviews and stuff on. A really simple project, but there's lots of other things. My brother started up a mask business. I don't know if that's so much a DIY project as that is being an entrepreneur, which is not something a lot of people would do during COVID, but my brother started up a mask business. So there's things you can do, be creative, kind of start on your own projects, think outside the box. That's something that I've been trying to do a lot over the course of the pandemic, is do some new, fresh things, work on my own stuff. Then for number 7, I have go outdoors. I've been outside a ton, prior to my brother passing away, trying to get on a hike every week. And now that winter's here, I want to do some winter hikes as well, snowshoeing, sledding, skiing. If you're anywhere but Ontario, you can still go skiing. So there's lots of outdoor activities to do both in the summer and the winter. Campfires, there's so many things that you can do outside. And I feel like the pandemic can be, and has been for a lot of people, a really good chance to reconnect with the world around them and nature and just slow down for a few minutes. And so even though it is winter now for a lot of the northern hemisphere, I still have going outside on my list as something that would be great to do. Number 6 is Zoom parties. Now, I hate Zoom a lot. So if you're maybe anti-Zoom, Discord calls work as well. Those have kind of been my thing over Zoom parties, but basically just big group calls with all your friends so you can still stay in touch with them. No one's doing anything, so get together, often playing video games together, which I'll get to later, but just having big group calls. We're going to do that today for New Year's, because unfortunately it's the only thing that we can do. None of us are getting together in person, so I think, get together, have a good time, or as good a time as you can virtually. That's been something that I've tried to be doing consistently throughout the pandemic to kind of keep connected with the people around me. Number 5, I have listen to and make music. Now, this also includes something that originally I had as an honorable mention, but I'll say it here, which is learn to play an instrument. If you haven't already played an instrument, or if there's another one that you want to learn, there's never been a better time to learn how to play an instrument. There is such a wealth of lessons and tutorials and walkthroughs and apps and all these things to help you out online. and it's just order what, if you don't have like a guitar or piano or whatever you want to learn, order one. It'll come in a matter of days. Everything's delivered nowadays because of COVID. Learn an instrument. You have so much time on your hands. So many people love and want to do music, and so that is something that I would highly suggest. And along with that, I have been constantly playing piano and even working on my own songs, as well as listening to tons of music. There's new music every day. You can just make a list of songs you want to listen to. Always try new genres, experiment with things. Music is a great way to pass the time and also give yourself some time to rest and recover during the pandemic. Not that you really need to, but if you have been busy, music is a chance to do something still and also slow down. Number 4 is puzzles and games. Most people are probably stuck at home with their family, and so board games are a great thing that you can do to try and, bond. I feel like there's more conflict with everyone being stuck at home, and board games are probably a bit of an escape from that everyone can do as a family still. So board games are a great option for a bunch of people to do together, or if you're by yourself or someone else in your family doesn't like games or whatever, there's single player options too. I've been playing Perplexes every day in the last couple of weeks. I've been churning out videos on it too, but there's still some that I haven't mastered, and so I've been going through Perplexes every day. That's a single player game. Building puzzles, then there's not, Perplexes isn't a puzzle, but literal puzzles, and there's other types of puzzles too, mazes, all sorts of things that you can do by yourself that are still a bit of a brain challenge. Crosswords, I don't know who does crosswords anymore. Stuff like that though, that you can do even, if it's not as a family thing, to kind of keep yourself busy. That's a lot of fun. Number 3 for me is play Minecraft, and then with friends in brackets, which goes back to the whole Discord Zoom call thing. I basically been playing modded with a bunch of my friends, which if you want to see that recorded at all, let me know. Just comment down below if you're interested in seeing me play some modded Minecraft. I'm a noob, don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to modded, but nonetheless, that's something that I could do if people were interested in seeing that. My laptop records 4K screen recordings, and the audio is great, so it'd actually be really easy for me to record Minecraft videos. So yeah, that's always an option if that's something that you're interested in. But playing Minecraft, I think a lot of people have been playing Minecraft during the pandemic just because it's something that allows you to be so creative. You can build an entire world so easily. And there's always something new and fresh to do, especially with modded. There's a lot to do. Multiplayer, which I'm doing right now with a bunch of friends, on a server. There's the fun of both playing the game and then also having the social interaction. So it's a great thing, which is why it's in my top 3. Number 2 on my list is to make YouTube videos. So, that's kind of self-explanatory. You don't have to be making YouTube videos, though. You can watch YouTube as well. There's so much to do and watch on YouTube. It's just a wealth of, there's so many thousands of hours that get uploaded every minute, right? There's always things to watch on YouTube. And even if you're not making YouTube like me, YouTube has taken up a significant amount of my pandemic time in these last couple months because it's a lot of fun. But you can start making your own videos too. There's no reason that you can't. Literally, I just have a camera on a tripod and a microphone. That's all this is. And then just me standing here talking to a camera. You probably want to find something a little bit more unique than this. Try to come up with some ideas and stuff, especially if you don't have an established audience, whereas at least I already have some bit of an audience. But this is something that is, something that you can do as well. You don't just have to watch YouTube. You can make YouTube videos if you feel like it. Try your hand at it at least to keep yourself busy. Then before I get to the number 1 thing on my list, I have a few honorable mentions. My list of honorable mentions include waiting for a PlayStation 5, since they still seem incredibly hard to get. Reading a book, something that probably should have been in my top 10, but I just haven't been reading much, but that's a great thing to pass the time. Lots of books. Books have been, doing fantastic this year. It's been great for booksellers. So many books flying off the shelves. Read a book. Whip out your old RC cars. That's another thing that I've been meaning to do, or get one for the first time. RC is great fun and another great way to pass time in a pandemic. It's just a little bit pricier and they break relatively easily. So that's kind of why it wasn't in my top 10, but I still plan on doing more RC as my channel is RCInsight, right? So RC, great honorable mention. And then lastly, school, education. Learn things. It doesn't just have to be online school. There's never been a better time to sit down and learn things at home if you want to learn a language or just look up a random fact a day. Lots of things that you can do and learn while we're still stuck at home, even if you're not in school, doing virtual school, whatever it is, lots of opportunity to learn new things. And so that is my last honorable mention. Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of things that didn't make this list that are probably also great ways to pass time. in quarantine, and so I'm sorry if one of your top ideas isn't on here, but hopefully I also gave you some new ideas, and maybe you guys could give me some ideas in the comments down below. But my number one thing to do during quarantine, no surprise given who I am, it's been build Lego. I have so much unbuilt Lego. I have a bunch of new sets that I'm building right now, which you'll see reviews for coming soon. I did my Christmas haul. There's a ton of Lego there. But also I have a bunch of old Lego that from like when we moved back from Hong Kong that I still haven't built. It's just sitting in bags all over my room. And so I've got like hundreds of Lego sets to build. And so building Lego has been my number one thing to do. Making Lego cities, all that sort of thing, has been my number one thing to do during the pandemic. Like I said, there's lots of other things that probably should have been on this list, from physical fitness to self-care and health and all sorts of things like that. But this is my top 10 things to do. Probably staying in shape should be in there. But hey, I say get outdoors, go for a walk. Lego is by far number one. Works your fingers just like instruments do, right? That's tough. So those are my top 10 things to do during quarantine/lockdown, guys. Hopefully this is a decent send-off to 2020, which has been an absolutely terrible, dare I say, just straight up year. I am so ready to leave 2020 in the dust, move on to 2021 for the near future, doing some of the things that I listed in this video because we are in lockdown, and hopefully I gave you guys some more ideas as well, as I've said before. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked this video, please leave a like down below to show your support, and if you're interested in my content that is coming soon, which is not going to be more videos like this, it's going to be Lego stuff, it's going to be Perplexus stuff, it's going to be RC stuff. If you're interested in that, subscribe so that you can see those videos as soon as they come out. And with all that said, thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next video.